Puerto Rico, a small island with big talent, major league talent. Affectionately known as a catching factory, Puerto Rico has produced over 250 Major League Baseball players, including 46 All-Stars and 5 Hall of Famers. Names like Clemente, Rodriguez, the Molinas, and the Alomars.
Well, history, tradition is where you start when you speak about Puerto Rico and the love affair they have for the game of baseball. I mean, these kids are playing it from sun up to sundown, 365 days a year. An opportunity for them to become big league ball players is all they think about.
Puerto Rico for us is everything. You know, when you talk about the Alomar family, they are unbelievable. I was talking to Robbie Alomar about his family, and they are not just 3 Alomars. They are like 12 or 13 players that play professional baseball. So that family is a baseball family.
But only 2 in the Alomar family would reach the upper echelons of the sport, brothers Sandy and Roberto. Both of their careers began with the San Diego Padres, where their dad served as a coach. Roberto quickly made a name for himself with his dazzling play at second base, but Sandy had to bide his time. Despite twice being named Minor League Player of the Year, his path to the big leagues was blocked by fellow Puerto Rican catcher Benito Santiago.
They have Benito Santiago in the big leagues, Rookie of the Year, All-Star guy, you know, great catcher too, and everybody was saying, what's going to happen to Sandy Alomar?
Hank Peters had the answer. The Indians' GM offered slugger Joe Carter to the Padres at baseball's winter meetings in 1989. The Pods sent Alomar and Carlos Baerga to the Tribe, laying the foundation for a rebirth of baseball in Cleveland. The trade paid immediate dividends. Sandy won a Gold Glove, was named the American League Rookie of the Year, and became the first rookie catcher ever to start an All-Star game. He would start the next 2 Midsummer Classics as well, and when the upstart Indians moved into Jacobs Field in 1994, decades of baseball futility in Cleveland were all but forgotten. The Indians powered their way to 5 straight division championships with a healthy dose of attitude and a flair for the dramatic. And the quiet and cool leader of the bunch, Sandy Alomar.
You know, you need leaders on your team, and not just the rah-rah kind of, you know, kick them in the butt kind of guy. Sandy was never that way. Sandy went out and played hard and expected his teammates to do the same thing. And the respect he had from his teammates, you know, made him a leader. He didn't have to say a whole lot. Sandy understood what it took to be a winner.
One time, you know, Jose Mesa wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, and Sandy went out there and popped him in the chest. Dude, get it going or whatever, but again, he knew that's something he could do to Mesa to get him going, and that's the relationship Sandy had with the players.
He was kind of like the glue and the backbone. I mean, he was the guy that was here first. He was our leader. I mean, he was our true leader.
1997 was Sandy's most productive season, hitting safely in 30 straight games leading up to that year's All-Star game, which was fittingly held in his hometown.
Baseball's Midsummer Classic comes back to Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the 68th All-Star Game.
Catcher Sandy Alomar. Go-ahead run at second for Alomar. Alomar leading the league in hitting a one.
With the score tied at 1 in the bottom of the 7th, Sandy stepped to the plate with 45,000 fans and a very confident 7-year-old awaiting more magic at Jacobs Field.
I was actually sitting in right field next to Tom Hamilton and his son Nick. And Tom, with his projecting clear voice, looked at me and he asked me, what do you think your dad's going to do here? I think he's going to get a base hit. And I had to go with my gut, and my gut told me to tell him he's going to hit a home run.
Into left center field, hometown hero, goodbye.
I remember when he hit the home run, there was a whole bunch of flashing lights everywhere from all the cameras. That was the first time I ever seen anything like that.
Have you ever had the blood hit the ends of your fingers? You get so excited. Sandy hit that ball in that situation. You know, everything come together at just the perfect time. And the blood hit the ends of my fingers, and I can't repeat what I said, but we were all excited.
I don't know how to explain it. This is an unbelievable feeling, playing in front of a hometown crowd and delivering like this. This is a dream of everybody's dream.
I don't know how I got on the field, but I jumped onto the field.
The most valuable player award for the...
Right after they did the presentation, I saw him and we took that picture.
Sandy's torrid pace continued through the rest of the season and into the playoffs, with no hit bigger than the one he collected in Game 4 of the divisional series against the Yankees and Mariano Rivera.
And it's gone! We have a tie game!
The Indians would go on to their second World Series appearance in 3 years, with fans having been reminded that childhood dreams really do come true. Sandy's career as a player with the Indians would end after the 2000 season, but not before having the chance to once again wear the same uniform as his younger brother. Sandy would play for 5 more teams and finally call it a career in 2007. In 2010, he joined the Indians coaching staff and today works with the team's catchers, assists with the running game, and coaches first base.
He played in the big league for 18 years. I think he has a lot of things to teach, not only to me, but to the other guys too. And I think I'm a better catcher because of him.
In recent years, Sandy has discovered a new outlet for his passion and drive, cycling.
It's a big day for the Indians charities. $3 million.
He headlines the Indians team for Velasano, a series of biking events which support cancer research at Cleveland Clinic.
Our own Sandy Alomar was able to ride 50 miles a day.
It was just a natural fit for him to become involved. He designed all of our jerseys. He's very passionate about cycling and fashion, and he has an eye for that stuff.
You give Sandy a bike, and he's happy. He'd ride his bike. Oh, that's why I laugh, because I see him in spring training when I'm pulling in. I've almost hit him 20 times, coming in at 5 in the morning when it's dark. But you give him his bike, and he's happy and ready to go.
The Indians field leader behind the plate, Sandy Alomar Jr.
Sandy was inducted into the Cleveland Indians Hall of Fame in 2009 and the Puerto Rican Sports Hall of Fame in 2015. Sandy's knowledge of the game and ability to relate to players have helped him succeed as both a player and a coach. Most think it's just a matter of time before he gets his next call-up.
You kind of earn your stripes on your own. Sandy's done that and then some. He's done it as a player, he's done it as a coach.
Sandy's a leader in the true sense of the word. I certainly hope that at some point in time, if Sandy wants to do it, that he gets a managing job, because if he doesn't, we're all going to miss out a great opportunity to see a great man do good things.
If you're ever in the tunnel in Progressive Field, there's a wall of quotes. One of the quotes is one of his, and it talks about playing with pride and to do everything with a major league effort.
Who's got that play down? The throw, he's safe. Here comes another run, and safe again.
You know, it's hard for me to come up with the words in describing Sandy and my feelings for him. I've liked Sandy for a long, long time, probably the majority of his life. But I love him like a brother. And there's no one around that I would rather have around me than Sandy Alomar.